Hello friends, this is our second lecture on of truth. Bacon, as we have seen, is direct and transparent. Style is direct and transparent, and another word that we used is aphoristic. Means small pithy statements but packed with meaning. That is aphorism means. Alright, we start today and we see the first part of the essay. Mainly he is discussing this point, why do people love lies? Isn't it? Why do people love lies? And he begins with, he's one of the best openers, just as we have got cricket now, openers now. So in essay, in this form of literature, he is the best opener. You can say, what is truth? Said jesting pilot, and would not wait for an answer. What a beautiful opening, isn't it? It doesn't say that truth means this or according to so and so. What's truth? Said jesting pilot. So that itself shows the attitude towards truth, the people's attitude towards truth. That is jesting, scoffing. Who is concerned about it? That way. Why? Because himself was practicing lie. While practicing lie means crucifixion of Jesus Christ. He knew it was innocent. He was innocent. Christ was innocent. Jesus was innocent. But much against his conscience, he had to take this decision to please the public. Otherwise, he would not be there. He would lose his job. He is the governor. He was the governor of Judea in Palestine, the Roman governor. See? So if he would not support the people, in a way, what happens is people used to think that Jesus was a rebel. Jesus was a revolutionary. So Jesus was rebelling against the Roman Empire. So suppose Pilate would say, even if he knew actually that Jesus was innocent, but still he had to, much against his conscience, he had to make this judgment and hand over him to the public. So that is why he said, what is it? Who has time for all these things? Who has time to think about the truth? Even now it's like that. Suppose you want to, you have to break a traffic rule. What will you do? In such a situation, you will say, oh, what is a red light? This is not time for all those. We go. And then, if it is today, there will be CCTV cameras are there, isn't it? And such things will be there, you will be caught. But good old days, no such thing. The people have a tendency to break law and act against truth. So that is what the opening sentence tells you all about the attitude of people towards truth. Certainly, there will be that delight in giddiness. Giddiness means change. Literal meaning of giddiness is that suppose you stand on top of Charminar, not Charminar, because the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Look down, that definitely you will feel giddy. That means you will think that the world is going round and round. That is giddiness. Just before fainting, have you fainted? If you have fainted once in your life, you will know. Just before that, you will feel giddy. So here it means change. Some people delight in change. You can see politicians now. They jump from one party to another. They have some pleasure in doing that, isn't it? Yes. Sometimes what happens, students, they jump from one subject to another. So there is a change. Yeah, so that is certainly, there will be that delight in giddiness, means change, and count it a bondage. Bondage means slavery, to fix a belief. So some people, they like change, and their argument is that if you have always in just one opinion, that is just like a slave. You are fixed to a particular opinion throughout your life, means you are just a slave. It is a slavery. That some people, they are born Christians, or they are born in a religion, they change over to another religion, they are not happy with that, again they go to another religion. It's just like that, parties also, political parties. You are born, you first started believing in party A, then you change to party B, then you party C, come back to party A. This is a normal thing in life. So they think that if I am always a member of this party, that will be kind of slavery. Bondage to fixed belief, affecting free will in thinking as well as in acting. So that's one of the reasons why people don't fix their belief. Fix their belief means to remain in one particular belief. That is, fix their belief, because they want to change. Change gives great pleasure for them. As you can see, there is a famous statement now. Change is the only thing that will not change. Change is the only thing that will not change. That means changes will go on. Everything will change. Understand that? Everything. The philosopher Heraclitus, you remember, he said, no, you cannot have bath twice in the same river. Why? If 9 o'clock you take bath in the morning, 10 o'clock same river if you go, it will not be the same river, it will be another river, because the water is already gone down. Understand? That is the reason. So here you are. So certainly, so one of the reasons why people like lies or love lies is that they don't want to fix their belief, and they think that if you fix your belief, if you stay on in one particular belief, then what will happen is that it will have an adverse effect on your free thinking and also on your freedom of action, and therefore they delight in giddiness. Giddiness means change. Then, and though the sects of philosophers of that kind be gone, that the philosophers of that kind means, remember, Bacon was very much influenced by Greek and Latin philosophy. Latin writers and Greek writers. For example, his prose style was really molded by Cicero's style and also Caesar's and the lyric poet Catullus, that is the Roman poet Catullus. Understand? Now then, Cicero and Caesar, they are the two molding influences of his prose style. And it is that sect. Yes. And though the sects of philosophers mean that group, the sects of philosophers. That means those philosophers, they thought in this way, what? That knowledge is uncertain. It's certain, there is nothing like certain knowledge or definite knowledge. No definite knowledge, or no fixed knowledge. No fixed knowledge, or no certain knowledge. Certain means sure. Nothing sure about knowledge. Knowledge changes, That we have already seen. There are many examples we can find in history. Once upon a time, people believed that the earth was the center and the sun was going around. Now we found out that it is not so. Earth is going around and the sun is at the center. So it changes. And though the sects of philosophers of that kind be gone, so they are not there now. So sects means they are concerned, he may be referring to Heraclitus of Ephesus. Heraclitus of Ephesus. Just now I have already mentioned his name now. A man of change. Philosopher who stood for change. Another philosopher is Pyrrho or Pyrrho. Pyrrhic dance this one. Pyrrho or Pyrrho. Or Corniadis. So that is the sect of philosophers. See? Or there is another very famous person, Democritus, who is known as the laughing philosopher. Democritus, who is known as the laughing philosopher. So these people, they, according to them, knowledge can never be definite. You cannot reach or you cannot attain definite knowledge. That means knowledge is always changing. And though the sects of philosophers of that kind be gone means they have disappeared. Sects of philosophers mean those philosophers who said that everything changes, nothing is firm, nothing is fixed, so there is nothing like it to absolute truth. So that is that sect of philosophy. Yet there remains certain discoursing wits. Wits means philosophers, wise men, wits. And discoursing means those who discuss such things. Discoursing means discourse. No? Discourse. That is discussing, you can say, of which are of the same vein. Means ancient sects of philosophers, that is Heraclitus, Pyrrho, Corniadis, and the other one is Corniadis and Pyrrho and Ephesus, Democritus, and you have asked Cornelius and so on. That sect. Those who believed that there is only change, nothing certain, they are not there now, but there are some remnants are there, residue. So same vein or same type of thinking. Same vein means same type of thinking. Though there be not so much blood in them. They are not strong. There's no blood in you means you are very weak. So anemia. So these philosophers are suffering from anemia of thinking. That is, they are also followers of this sect of philosophers who stood for change, who argued that there is nothing like a certain knowledge, a definite knowledge. Yes, some of them are still alive, but they are not very strong, as was in the time of the ancients. So you find modern philosophers thinking in this way, and ancient philosophers thinking in this. In this way means you cannot attain any definite knowledge. But the ancients were very strong, the moderns are very weak. They are suffering from anemia of thinking. Okay. And then he says, they are skeptical philosophers. No? They are school of skeptical philosophy. So these philosophers, they belong to the school, a school of philosophy called school of skeptical. Skeptical means, they are always doubting. Doubting, you see. They are doubting Thomases, you can say. Doubting Thomas. Yes. So like this, they are doubting. And therefore they say, they don't find any meaning in fixing belief. But it is not only the difficulty and labor which man take in finding out truth. So now Bacon is now giving his opinion. Sometimes you may think that, so we have seen now, what is that we have seen? The people who delight in giddiness, they don't want to fix their belief. They think that fixing belief is interfering with their freedom of thinking and action. There were a group of philosophers who taught this. They are called the skeptical school of philosophy. They are the Heraclitus of Ephesus and Pyrrho, then Cornelius and Democritus, the laughing philosopher. And according to them, they were very strong in their belief that knowledge is not at all attainable. Absolute knowledge is not at all obtainable. Those people have already disappeared, they are gone, but their disciples are still here, but they don't have any blood, means they are not very strong. Up to that is perfectly alright. And further he said that there are people that why do again he now thinks now. He meditates on this point. One is that about school of philosophers, and because they don't want to fix, they don't want to become slaves of one particular thought, because they cannot attain such a thought. But it is not only the difficulty and labor which men take in finding out truth. So you find that suppose somebody says that that particular person has omitted 3 cross CROW. Now if you hear that he has we don't want to go and find out all those things. So that is, you have to put in some labor, something, to find out whether what he says is true or not. Why should I go after that? But it is not only the difficulty and labor which men take in finding out truth. Now again, that when it is found, it imposes upon men's thoughts. Imposes means puts limits. Puts limits on man's thought, that death is the old form of dust. That does bring lies in favor. Why lies are in favor? It is not because of these 2 reasons. One is to difficulty in finding out the truth. Secondly, if you know the truth, then you have to act accordingly. For example, that's what Pilate did. Pilate did not bother about what these people are saying or not, what Jesus has said or not. Because he knows if he believes in what Jesus said, it will put restrictions on his judgment. So not because of that, imposed upon men's thoughts, that does bring lies in favor, but a natural though corrupt love of lie itself. You love lie for the sake of lie. That's it. Not you. People love lies not because it is difficult to find out the truth, or not because if it is found out it puts restrictions on you, but because it is a pleasure to tell lies. April Fool, that day you tell how many lies. It's a pleasure, isn't it? Somebody says, see there is a bomb scare. If you are a raw member, research, RAW, raw, there is research and analysis wing in the intelligence wing of the Home Ministry, then you may go after this and find out whether where this bomb scare is true or not. Otherwise, ordinary people, why should we bother about that? Or suppose you are going to travel by that plane, then you are anxious about that. Otherwise, no. So like that. Ordinary man's attitude is like that. It's not because it is difficult to find out truth, or not because it will impose restrictions like a pilot, but just for the sake of love. Understand? One of the later schools of Grecians, Grecians means Greeks, say Grecians, Greek, or on a Grecian urn. You remember the title now, that John Keats' famous poem, Thou Unravished Bride of Brightness. No? Quietness. So another later the schools of Grecians means Greek philosophers examined the matter and this understands. Examining the matter, why do people love lies? Why is there a corrupt love of lies? Corrupt love. Why is a corrupt love? Because in our soul and body, there is one part is corrupt. Without a corrupt part, you cannot exist. See, that's because according to theology, Christian theology, you will find of original sin. Original sin means you are born with the sin. That is the concept theology. Don't worry much about that, because in everything there is a negative side. Anything created, there is a positive and a negative side. So also human beings are created. There is a positive side, honesty is there, honest. Then also there is negative side, that is love of lies. That's all. One of the latest schools of Grecians examines the matter and is at a stand. At a stand means what? They are at a stand unable to proceed. They are shocked. See, they are at a shock. What? To think that what should be in it? That men should love lies. See again that point comes, love lies. Where neither he makes for pleasure as with the poets, nor for advantage as with the merchants, but for lies. So the opinion of Bacon is that it is not the difficulty in finding the truth that people love lies, not when it is found it imposes, puts restrictions on you, the reason why people love lies, but there is a corrupt love of lie itself. They simply love lies. Understand? Some people love poison, not like that. Ordinary people love milk, but some people love poison. You can see now, it is injurious to drink, to take alcohol. Something that there is a negative advertisement about the taking alcohol, isn't it? It is injurious to health. Drinking alcohol is injurious to health. Very clear, isn't it? But many people love it. Why? That is just like loving lying, isn't it? That is not truth, it is lie. What? Because alcohol is nowhere in the world, nobody has said that alcohol has any health benefits. Absolute. It's what as far as I know. But people go after it, thinking, and sure that it will harm you, but you love it. Like that. Sure that telling lies will harm you, but you do it. That's all. So they are understand. Now that is the opinion of Bacon. Then he says, Greek philosophers, they are thought, why do people love lies? See, for example, the merchants love lies because it is advantageous to them. If you say adulterated foodstuffs, they say, oh, it is very pure, 100% pure. You will find if you buy 1 kilo of rice, there will be at least 100 grams of stone mixed by these people. But still they will say, it is stone free. They are telling a lie, but they have got an advantage. 10 kilos, if they sell such rice, then 1 kg will be their profit, extra profit, isn't it? So that is advantages. The merchants tell lies because it is advantages for them. Poets tell lies because it's pleasure, it creates pleasure. When you say, was this the face that launched 1,000 ships and bent the topless towers of William? I have already quoted this in my introduction. Then, when you hear this, there is some pleasure, some imagination comes to your mind. Isn't it? That. So that is the reason why the poets do that. Poets tell all the stories are lies. Probable improbabilities and improbable probabilities and all those, Aristotle's theory of poetics is, and what are they? These things are not actually happening or happen. There is only a probability of that. But still, we all enjoy. You sit in a theater watching the scenes change in comedies, like as you like it, isn't it? From Forest of Arden, then come to the city, like that. You just believe it, right? Exactly like that. So it changes of the scene. You believe it. Actually, it doesn't happen. We know it, but knowing fully we believe it. Why? Because it gives you pleasure. So, merchants tell lies for their advantage. Poets tell lies for pleasure. Their pleasure and for giving us pleasure. Isn't it? That is, remember, what is the end of fine art is dulce et utile. Dulce. Dulce means pleasure and the utility. That is the formula given to us by. What is the end of fine art? According to Aristotle, is pleasure. So when poets tell lies, there is pleasure. When merchants tell lies, there is advantage. Then what about why should people otherwise love? For advantage. So it's merchant, but for lies' sake. So one of the later schools of Grecians, schools of philosophers, later means just now we saw a skeptical school. There is another school. Examine the matter and is what does the school examine? Why do people corrupt love for lies? And they are studying this matter. Then they find out that what should be in it, that men should love lies. Why? Merchants, they have advantage. Poets, pleasure. But what about men? Men means neither merchants nor poets. Why? Why should they do? Why should they tell love lies? That's the question now. So far we have discussed. Main point is that why should people tell lies? Why should people love lies for the sake of loving lies? Loving lies means telling lies. That is all kinds of frauds and all. Now, why did Iago tell all those lies? It's for his pleasure. Understand? He had got a corrupt love of lie itself. Iago had a corrupt love of lie itself. Now, this is what is being examined by the Grecian philosophers of schools of Grecians, and then they are trying to find out why. So we will see later. Continue with this again. So we have now completed 5 sentences. There are 12 points as I told you, and now 22 sentences of these 5 we have done. I think now it is clear. So once again, the jesting pilot, scoffing pilot, he is indifferent. Because he is afraid if he accepts the truth, he will have to judge according to the truth. But here he is judging against his conscience. Then second sentence tells us there are people who delight in change because they think that to fix a belief is to become a slave of that belief. That's why we find religious conversions, defections in party and all those. And next is there's a sect of philosophers who say absolute knowledge is impossible and therefore they support change, or we can say lies. Understand? So the ancient philosophers of such kind, they are very strong. The later school of those philosophers, they are very weak. And then, why do people, is it then vacance of opinion? Is it because of the difficulty in finding out truth that people love lies? Is it because once you find out the truth, it may impose or put the restrictions on your action? Is that the reason? No. He says there is a corrupt love for lie itself. And fifth sentence he says about the Grecian philosophers. So they say they are examining this matter. Why is there a tendency in humans to love lies for their own sake? And they say the poets, they do it for pleasure, and then the merchants do it for advantage. But why men should do it? That's what we are going to examine. Bye. See you again.